What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to go over the 5 creepiest SpongeBob SquarePants episodes ever, because I do watch it a lot lately in the morning before class. And yes, don't judge me, I am a college student who watches SpongeBob. It is still lit. Let's get straight into the video with number 5, Graveyard Shift. This episode was one of the first creepy SpongeBob episodes to air. Basically, the Krusty Krab was going to close at 8 p.m. until many customers outside said they would pay Mr. Krabs to eat food at night. Of course, Mr. Krabs heard money and decided to have the Krusty Krab open all night long. There's a lot of humor in this episode, but that doesn't mean it's not still scary. One of the funniest parts was when SpongeBob had to throw out the garbage at night. The way he ran and was screaming was hilarious. This is when Squidward noticed he can scare SpongeBob by telling him some more stories. He told him about the hash-slinging slasher. Squidward made up a background story of the phone ringing, a fish having a spatula as an arm, and arriving on a bus. All of these things would later happen, and both Squidward and SpongeBob were almost scared to death. In the end, it turns out it was just someone who wanted a job, and he had his own spatula. The whole episode has a really dark feel to it. Number 4, Face Freeze. This episode is so creepy, it can actually give you nightmares. SpongeBob and Patrick decided to make some of the weirdest faces in this episode. These weren't even funny faces, they were straight up weird. After making these horrific faces, these two goofballs decided to show everyone in Bikini Bottom their faces. The entire town were scared of them. Towards the middle of the episode, they got face freeze and they needed Sandy's help to get back their old faces. She tried her best, but they were still scary looking and it wasn't really much of an improvement. In the end, this made Mr. Krabs very angry, which led to him getting face freeze with an ugly face as well. Like, this was oh my god, this was scary. The entire episode ends with all of them laughing with their creepy faces, and it's really disturbing. Number 3, Rock Bottom. SpongeBob and Patrick were heading home from Glove World, which is essentially just a glove amusement park. Why would anyone even want to go there anyways? It's SpongeBob and Patrick, I shouldn't be asking those questions. They accidentally take the wrong bus to Rock Bottom, which are where the deep sea creatures live, and these people were weird and scary and creepy in every single word you can think of. Not only were the creatures they had in this episode creepy, but they even made a weird sound with their mouth and tongue during every sentence. Like, it was like, hey, welcome to Bikini Bottom. Like, that's what they were saying realistically. Patrick takes the bus home, but he forgets SpongeBob. So SpongeBob waits in a line for like hours and hours, and this is when he realizes he can't get a ticket home, and he has to wait there the entire night until the next bus in the morning. Everything about this abyss area is off and makes you wonder where SpongeBob really is. In the end of the episode, some friendly creature gives him a glove and he flies back to Bikini Bottom. Unfortunately, Patrick goes back thinking SpongeBob is still down there, and who knows what happened to Patrick after this episode was over. Number 2, Planet of the Jellyfish. Unlike the other episodes on this list, this episode was intended to be creepy throughout the entirety of it. There isn't really much humor to it. The entire episode is about an evil breed of a jellyfish that is attempting to actually take over Bikini Bottom. The whole town becomes these creepy evil monsters who have been cloned from these new jellyfish. So basically everyone in the show has like black eyes, and SpongeBob couldn't make a connection as to why everyone has these new black eyes. I don't get it. Anyways, it's up to SpongeBob and Sandy to stop this monster. The main monster is located in the back of the Krusty Krab, where the real bodies are kept, and it has a Stranger Things feeling to the episode. It will certainly be a good episode to watch around the Halloween weekend. Ultimately, to stop this monster, they have to use mayo, and yeah, they stop the monster by spraying or dumping mayo on him, which, why mayo? I don't know. But that's the episode. And number 1, the Health Inspector. I've rewatched this episode a week ago, and it's kind of hilarious to me, but it's actually really dark and creepy, especially for little kids if you think about it. The Health Inspector comes to the Krusty Krab to, well, inspect the food. Mr. Krabs thought it was a phony inspector trying to get free food because it was on the news. This caused SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs to make one of the ugliest looking burgers ever. Like, this was straight up disgusting. There was bugs all over it, and I don't know how this man even ate it. The health inspector should have looked at it and said, no, you're not getting inspected, you guys gotta close down. But he ate it anyways, and there's a fly that actually flew into his mouth, causing him to choke. And while he's choking, all you see is SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs laughing about the entire thing, and they're even shouting, he's choking, look at him choke. Like, that's crazy. This man's dying and they're just laughing. Then it's later revealed right after he chokes and knocks out that the health inspector that was getting free food, the phony one, was actually caught, and this one was a real health inspector. And this is when they finally realized, oh my god, we messed up. So I'm just thinking, what if they never saw that on the news? Would they even care if he died or not? Because they essentially care now because he is the real health inspector. I don't know, it just makes you wonder. After he's knocked out, these guys actually try to bury his body in Bikini Bottom. Like, that's sick. It's crazy to think that this episode was actually allowed to be aired. Anyways, that is it for the video. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at @Valenplana, and I'll see you all later.